Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone. I'm Priscilla, and this is my buddy Heather. And we are the Crones. How are you doing today, Heather?
Doing good. Got some sleep
Good.
last night for a change, and so I'm doing a lot better.
Yippee skippy. Well, it's a bit cold and rainy here, so I have on long sleeves and warm pants and socks. My toes get
Yeah.
cold in Colorado.
Yeah, I have found that I wear slipper socks all the time here, and I never
Yep.
wore them. So
Definitely wearing slipper socks. Well, I didn't tell you while we were backstage, but I actually put together a little bit of a slideshow on my trip, if you want to see it at the end.
sure, I
There's
think that
just
would
a
be
few
good.
pictures.
But that's all right. Everybody wants to know what you did. I
Yeah.
can tell
Hey,
them what I did,
Laura.
but I don't have any pictures for that. Who wants them?
No, I don't. I wouldn't imagine you would.
No, I can tell
How
them
is
what I did.
everybody out there in our chat tribe? I love that you call it the tribe, the Crone Zone tribe. I call it our
Absolutely.
spiritual tribe out there. So many good people in this community. So I am back from my travels, and I was just telling Heather I have a little bit of a slideshow in case anybody wants to see it at the end. Just a quickie, though. Hi, it's a frequency. I love that name. That's a
Yeah.
great name. It's a frequency. Isn't it all about frequency? For
Yes.
sure. So today we're going to talk about grace, divine grace, spiritual grace, God's grace, whatever you want to call it. And if you didn't get a chance to see our last show, it was on, well, it was Valerie about the full moon and a whole bunch of aspects that are coming up in May. So if you didn't see Saturday's show, rock on back there when you get a chance and have a gander, because
It's very
Valerie is
informative.
full of a lot of information about what's coming up in the astrological world, which is really cool because next week Heather's put together information on the asteroids that are coming into play
Yeah.
because of where we are in the universe right now. The asteroids are making a lot of difference in our astrology. And I've been fascinated with it for a while. So Heather's has put together something that
Well, when I studied astrology, and I did, and huge notebooks and stuff that you have to do in order to start learning, the only asteroid they talked about was Chiron.
yeah.
They didn't even have the others. So I thought, for us oldies, I'll put in the new things and the new signs and things so that everybody can recognize and know what they're supposed to do, like the planets.
So we're going to do basics on the
We're going to do
asteroids.
basics.
I think that's going to be that's going to be fun. I'm
So
looking
when
forward
Valerie starts talking about them, we'll know what she's talking about.
You might know a little bit more. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she'll be back in another 2 weeks for the new moon.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's so much going on in May. It's really important to catch up. And we also did a previous show on being offended and being offensive in your words and deeds. And if you are fed up with everybody being offended by everything, you might want to go check that video out. That was about 2 weeks ago. I can't remember how long I was gone. I think just a little.
Probably 3, because we missed one Tuesday show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laurie Huntsinger says, good to hear because I don't understand most of it. Yeah. I'm right
That's
there
what
with
I
you.
thought when I was thinking. I'm going, what should I do? Because I was asking them, what should I do? And then they were talking about astrology. And I said, well, what part of astrology? And then it came in asteroids. And I'm going, okay, that's what we're doing.
I think that's a great idea. But today we're going to talk about divine grace and what that is. And if you have had moments of grace in your life, which I'm sure we all have, we would love to hear about your experiences at the end of our little presentation on it before we go on to reading cards. But if you have experiences in grace, please be sure, all caps and emojis in the chat box so that the Crone eyes can spot them. But before we get started, let's see what Heather's cards have to say for today.
Well, I drew some, and actually it really makes a lot of sense for what we're going through right now and stuff, because we are gifted. And sometimes our own fairy magic gets in our way because our own stuff just stops us instead of continuing on. But we're all good because we're gifted. We have that fairy magic. Sometimes it gets in the way. Our spirits are still taking flight, and our humans are still trying to keep everything simple, which is good. And then they said rejuvenation. Well, with all the energies that we've had going around, rejuvenation is definitely needed. It's like the last 3 or 4 nights I've been getting 2 hours of sleep. I feel great today. I got 5. I'm going, yeah. Okay, I can do
That's
this.
not very much sleep, Heather.
Well, that's why I wasn't really on yesterday.
Wow.
Anyway, so when you get rejuvenated, then you're more likely to have your frequency shifts, which is what you want because you want to keep going up.
Up
So
and up.
sometimes we get in our own way.
Most of the time, it's us getting in our own way.
But get some rest, relax, recharge, whatever it is you need to do. In my case, it's usually get grounded, and then you can do your frequency shifts like you want.
That's brilliant. Hi, Teresa Levine. Nice to see you. So today we're going to talk about divine grace. What exactly is divine grace? Obviously, it is a state of being where one is blessed by the divine. And it's really that simple. One way of understanding grace in our own lives is the presence of the divine and its different aspects. These are peace, calmness, love, bliss, light, sound, energy, and wisdom. It's unearned, undeserved, and freely given. This realization liberates us from the burden of perfectionism and self-condemnation, allowing us to embrace our imperfections and failures as part of our unique journey. I love that. Furthermore, it instills deep gratitude towards the divine, fostering a more intimate and authentic relationship with the divine source or God or goddess, whatever you want to call it. I tend not to use the word God when I'm talking because I find it offends spiritual people rather than religious people,
Yeah.
even though it's all the same.
It's all the same. But I also hesitate using the word God because that kind of implies something more than source and something different than source.
Exactly. And I found that when I found that out again this weekend, well, this last week when I was with family and their adversity to religion and the word God. So it just kind of reinforced how I used to feel. Now God doesn't bother me to say the word, but I understand why it does people that are not into religion.
Yeah.
Anyway, understanding grace is about acknowledging our human frailties and accepting the divine's unfathomable love. It's about letting go of our futile attempts to earn and deserve the divine's favor and finding peace in the assurance of their unchanging love and acceptance. And I'm also using the plural as in their, as opposed to his or her. I started to use their. So I had a lot
We
of
live and learn.
exactly. But
Maybe a little slowly, but we do live and learn.
we actually do. And one of the things I've learned is that religion makes you feel like you have to earn somebody's love, earn their respect, earn this, earn that. God's respect, God's love, God's this, which is absolutely not true.
Yeah, grace is freely given.
It's freely given. We have
Whether you
it
deserve it or not.
24/7, no matter who or what we are, we have the divine's love because that is the frequency of the universe.
Exactly. So grace is a divine gift that transforms lives, heals hearts, and renews the spirit. It's a transformative force that should permeate every aspect of our lives. It influences our attitudes, our behaviors, and interactions with others. When we allow grace to guide our daily actions, we approach challenges with a spirit of cooperation rather than competition. Which reminds me that when I went to see my son and my grandkids, we were playing games because they love playing games, and we were playing Uno, and it became a cooperative because I was kind of changing some of the rules. It wasn't a competition between us. It was, okay, we want to extend the game, Lindy. Who's got what? How do we do it? You know, we got to reverse it. Okay.
Interesting.
So it was a whole different ball game, and everybody had the greatest time. Nobody was picking on somebody else to give them every single card they could do or whatever. It was just a cooperative thing. So it was more of cooperation rather than competition, and it was fun.
That's fascinating.
I hope they keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we extend patience and understanding to those struggling and learn to value the process over the pursuit of perfection. Instead of the final thing, we're looking at the process,
The journey.
the journey. Exactly.
The journey.
Mhm. Grace is a divine gift from God or source or whatever word you want to use. You can say from the collective, whatever. Anyway, it's unearned, it's undeserved, and it's freely given. And when we comprehend the magnitude of this gift, it's humbling. So we realize we receive love so vast and so profound that it surpasses human comprehension. We can't deal with it. You were talking about one of the things that happened, and you were so happy and there was so much love, all you could do is cry. And that's me
that-
too.
That feeling of unconditional love that I experienced with several of my loved ones on the other side.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
just-
Grace. It was showing me how the feeling of unconditional love on the other side, but I could only accept a teensy amount, just a minute amount of it because it was so intense. A human couldn't handle it.
No, my human couldn't handle it when I asked Jane to contact my younger brother who died a week and a half ago. And there was so much love there that I ended up crying through it. And I know he's fine, but you still end up crying because there's just so much love that you can feel.
Yeah.
Even if you don't realize you're feeling it, it's hitting you. So it's beyond our comprehension.
Definitely.
So this moment of understanding can bring a significant shift in our perspective, reminding us of our worth in God's or Source's eyes and our dependence on his mercy.
You okay now? God
Yeah.
bless.
Yeah, it's as long as I don't think about him,
I understand.
I'm good.
I understand. Hi, Akila. Hi, Lark. Please don't respond, Lark. Stay safe with your driving. It's all good.
It's all good.
So, some of the history. Grace in Christianity is the free and unmerited favor of God as manifested in the salvation of sinners and the bestowing of blessings. Common Christian teaching is that grace is unmerited mercy or favor that God gave to humanity by sending his Son, Jesus Christ, to die on a cross, thus securing man's eternal salvation from sin. In the Catholic Church, the primary initiation into a state of grace is granted by God through baptism and faith instead of by a simple prayer of faith or a sinner's prayer. Hindu devotional or bhakti literature available throughout India and Nepal excuse me, is full of references to grace called Kripa, Kripa, as the ultimate key required for spiritual self-realization. The ancient sage Vashistha, in his classical work Yoga Vashistha, considered it to be the only way to transcend the bondage of lifetimes of karma. In Islam, paradise is something of immense value. A person cannot earn it by virtue of his deeds alone, but by the grace and mercy of Allah. You can see it's all different in all different types of religions.
Exactly. But it's still a gift.
Always a gift, undeserved, unmerited.
Mm-hmm. So when people think of grace, they usually mean physical grace, a smooth, coordinated movement that looks easy but incorporates strength, balance, coordination, and fluidity. And to understand spiritual grace, simply apply the hallmarks of physical grace to your energetic system.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Which we all are trying to do. So spiritual grace is the fluid, strong, and balanced movement of your energy through your space. And when this occurs, you are in control of your energy and your energetic system. It's contained within your own space and easily able to process the things you want to release. When thinking about spiritual grace, people often confuse it with religious overtones, by the grace of God. Thanks to divine grace, or he was in a state of grace when he passed. You've all heard them. God's grace simply means God's favor or God's blessing, his gift, which everyone already has, even the people we don't like.
I like that part. Remember, even the people we don't like
have it.
Exactly. Spiritual grace is something you create yourself, and it's predominantly an internal practice or attitude, which makes sense. Everything comes from within.
That's right.
However,
Great.
there are external manifestations such as grace under fire. Typically, this refers to a person who responds cleanly from within their own space and in control of their energy when someone aggressively confronts them. Another is coping with illness. When someone has a serious illness, such as cancer, spiritual grace is shown by accepting the situation and then using the experience to dig under the surface as a way to grow and heal. Smooth transitions and growth. We all experience periods of growth and change, energetic ups and downs, or difficulty processing painful memories or emotions. Spiritual grace shows as a smooth and consistent energetic presence as you work through your issues from within your own space.
Yeah. Sound familiar?
Sounds like shadow work, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It's all
Very,
about
very
shadow
much.
work, yeah.
Yep. And then there's love. Perhaps the clearest manifestation of spiritual grace is love. Love that shows in acts of kindness, big and small. It may be simply smiling at somebody you don't know as you're walking your dog, or saying hi to a kid in the hallway that usually doesn't have all that many, they're by themselves. Or it can be something big, and I think you can all imagine something big.
Yeah.
Love is an attitude toward the world, towards yourself, towards God, and towards other people. It's the person who pays it forward, so someone else gets a cup of coffee on a cold day. We've been known to pay for the cars behind us at Starbucks, And we've also been on the receiving end of that kind of thing. So
Absolutely.
it makes you feel good. It's a coworker going a bit out of their way to make someone else's job easier. And grace doesn't depend on religious affiliation, nor does it depend on who we are in the eyes of the world. It depends on what we are in consciousness. We must learn to receive, to be open and receptive so the divine can help us. So many of us have been taught, do it on your own. Well, we have to learn to say, I need some help. I will take the help.
Haven't you found it amazing the help we found in this community?
Yeah.
Anybody says they need help, there's a gazillion people right there ready to help.
Exactly.
That is a state of grace.
Yes. It's through study and meditation that we open up in consciousness and are able to live more fully, quote, by the grace of God.
I like that. Through mindfulness, we learn to train the intellect in positive and constructive thinking. Oh, yeah, think about mindfulness. Absolutely. Living in the now and taking everything day to day, moment by moment. It is the intellect that influences the subconscious with beliefs and attitudes. If we let it continue in its negative thinking and negative acceptance of false beliefs, then we are limiting ourselves and limiting the expression of God's love as grace through us in our time of need. The more flexible the attitude, the more His grace can express through us. If we're dogmatic, stubborn, and unyielding, we're not receptive. The help will not be there when we need it, even though the truth is, it is always there. We do not have to be perfect and understanding in order to be helped. We just have to be open and receptive. We don't have to know anything. We don't have to know everything. We just have to be open.
And accept it. So, in our journey through life, we often find ourselves searching for meaning and purpose and a deeper connection to the divine. Nurturing a relationship with the divine is essential in living the life of grace. This can be achieved through various practices such as prayer, meditation, and contemplation. And those all three could actually come under the heading of meditation.
Absolutely.
It's just how you're doing it. And taking the time to quiet our minds and open our hearts allows us to connect with the divine presence within us and around us. It's through this connection that we can receive guidance and wisdom and strength to navigate life's challenges. Central to living a life of grace is embracing the love of the divine. This love is unconditional, all-encompassing, and infinite. So infinite, we really don't understand it.
True.
We can feel it. We can feel
Hard
it.
to comprehend.
And when we open ourselves up to receive this divine love, it transforms us from within, enabling us to love ourselves and others more deeply.
Beautiful. By embodying this love, we become vessels through which the divine can touch the lives of those around us. Sharing the love we receive from the divine with the world is an integral part of living a life of grace. This can be done through acts of kindness, compassion, and forgiveness. When we extend grace to others, we create an atmosphere of love and acceptance, fostering healing and growth for both sides. It is in these moments that we become instruments of divine grace, bringing hope and transformation to those in need. Living a life of grace does not exempt us from facing difficulties and trials. However, it equips us with the tools to navigate these challenges with resilience and faith. Embodying grace in challenging times means responding with love and compassion rather than reacting with anger or fear. God knows it's easy to react with anger and fear right now. So stay within and keep your cool, come from the heart, just like we're all trying to learn and do, and we'll all be all right.
Yeah, just try to observe first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it means seeking understanding, offering forgiveness, and finding strength in the divine presence within us. And by doing so, we can transform adversity into opportunities for growth and deepen our relationship with the divine. Living a life of grace is not reserved for special occasions or extraordinary circumstances, or for that matter, for special people. It's a way of being that can be embraced in our everyday lives. And from the mundane tasks to the significant events, we can infuse grace into every minute. It can be as simple as offering a smile to a stranger, like I said, or lending a helping hand, or expressing gratitude for the blessings in our lives. Embracing divine grace in the ordinary allows us to experience the extraordinary and live a life filled with purpose and meaning.
Grace is a gift of God. Because it comes to us at God's initiative, there are some things we can't do about grace. We can't earn it, we can't control it, and we don't have to deserve it. If grace is out of our hands, so to speak, how do you engage in spiritual practice of grace? Accept that you are accepted. Practice receiving. Receive objects, love, help. Notice when presence and presence come to you without your effort. God's grace flows into all of us. The more we open ourselves to them, it doesn't come from outside. It is the operation from within of our own higher selves, our own higher reality. Grace comes the more we live in heart and soul centered consciousness and the less we give into our ego.
Mhm.
I love that. So, you in the chat, do you have examples of grace that you would like to share with us?
And
And
I do have one, but what I want to say is that grace is not simply in our human bodies. It's on the other side too. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is I'll give you two examples. When my mother died, she had made the comment to my brother before they started putting her on the opiates that made it so she wasn't in pain, that she would not leave. She was waiting for me to get there because I had just come home and had to fly right back up. I think it was the day after, wasn't it, or something like that. So I flew right back up, and I know because I felt her. When I told her I was there and it was okay, she could go, it was like I heard in my head, okay, and she was gone. That was grace, letting her stay until I got
absolutely, that's beautiful. Letting her stay till you arrive. That's
there.
just incredible.
The other one that popped in my head, so I'm thinking I'm supposed to tell these together, was with my brother. I asked Jean, our wonderful Jean,
Sun
to,
Psychic Gene is who you're
yes,
referring to, correct?
to contact him and make sure he was okay, that he made it over. And one of the things that he said was that my mom had been humming. And the reason he could find her first was because he followed the hum when he was transitioning and found her and was in the hugest hug he'd ever had. But that's how he found her. Now, that was grace on the other side. Him being able to follow her humming. She's a singer. But him being able to follow her voice to where they were so that he was with family almost immediately.
That's
That's
beautiful.
grace.
That is grace.
And it's on both sides of the line.
I love that. Thanks for that, Heather. Thanks for sharing that. Does anybody in the chat have anything they want to share? Oh, hi, Carolina and Joe G, Warrior Girl, Teresa Levine. Great to see all of you here today. If you didn't get to, if you weren't here earlier, we were talking about grace, divine grace. And then I guess now we can start reading cards.
Yeah.
Anybody would like to read cards or have their cards read, let us know. I will put.
Or tell us some of your experiences with grace.
Or
There really
yes, we'd
are
love to
there.
hear.
It doesn't take much to think about it. If you think about it, it was grace that she managed to stay there until I could fly back up to see her. And until my brother could get me to the hospital. Because she had been out all day. They'd had and she was gone. Her physical body was gone before morning. So, you know, but I know she wasn't in it.
Beautiful.
I felt her when she left.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Okay, you guys, I got it when I was in Santa Fe. I got this deck at a little store in Tasuki. It was the coolest store. It was a bar, a deli. I think it had a restaurant. It had groceries.
A jack
It,
of
it,
all trades.
it was wonderful. But this Radiant Tarot deck was there, and I just loved the artwork. And when I purchased it, the woman says to me, "Oh, the artist, I love this deck. The artist lives across the street." So I felt like going, "Can I get her autograph?" But maybe some other time. But it's a beautiful deck, and I'll learn it as I learn my tarot. Because I'm just now learning tarot. Hey, Starfish Jenny. Laurie says her family had the same experience. I love this. Thank you for sharing, Laurie. Our family had the same experience with my dad and my sister arriving. He transitioned within 30 minutes. Oh, that's lovely. And here's another one. Oh, thank you for participating, you guys. It's a
Yeah.
frequency. I have been gifted to receive God's grace many times and am so very grateful beyond words and feelings. In the darkest moments of my existence, I was saved by grace. Just last week, I was guided, to look at something. I'm sure she'll finish that in a minute. Oh, my middle son's middle name, John, which means God is gracious. You can't make this up. I love it.
Yeah.
Akila says, I'm getting chills with that scenario, Heather.
Well, if they hadn't been put in my head, that's why I said I thought, okay, I was supposed to say that it's on both sides because they gave me examples of both sides.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it being on the other side because
Yeah, when you think about it, you think,
Yeah.
okay, you don't have to worry about anything, but the grace doesn't leave.
Hi, Gina M. Lovely to see you. Okay, we're getting ready to read cards. Who wants cards? We'll do 3 cards. I've got Sacred Earth Oracle, Earth Magic, and something else over here. What else have I got? Oh, the 4 Agreements. I love that one too. So I'm going to pull out of 3 decks.
Okay, I think I might do that too.
Because it's been a while and it sounds
Yeah.
like fun.
Oh, let's see. What else will I take? I'll take this one.
And Teresa says, can I have a card? And so she's number 1.
And we'll go with this one. So I've got the energy deck, the fairy tarot deck, and the Metatron.
You got it, Jenny.
Self-mastery oracle.
I also have a few pictures for my holiday if anybody wants to see them. I did put a little slideshow together very briefly.
Yeah, neither one of us were home.
We've been gone for nearly 2 weeks. Oh, here's another one from Laurie. My favorite story of grace is walking into an AA meeting. They showed me signs on the wall about the grace of God. Grace has shown up more times than I can count. May 17th was my 35 years of sobriety. Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations, Lori. I have a friend back in Kansas on the farming area when I was a farmer. And he was an alcoholic and then ended up taking, he didn't take bankruptcy because of his drinking, and he knew that's what it was. He ended up going to all his creditors and saying, if you'll wait, I will eventually pay you all back. And they all waited. He only has 1 loan left. He's older than me, but not by much. And he's been sober for 30 years.
That's brilliant.
I have
Good on
so
him.
much respect for anybody who can keep it up. That's fantastic.
Well, I did pull a card before the show, and I wanted to show it's called Centered, and it's talking about centering yourself, taking care of your needs, creating boundaries, making sure that you're not living your life through other people's needs and wants, that you're centering yourself. And I thought that was a great card for today. So it actually was about self-care and boundaries.
And the first one's for Teresa, correct?
Let me see. Let me go to the starred list. Yep, Teresa's first.
I thought she was. I was.
Aren't those pretty cards? It's the Sacred Earth Oracle. And I don't know where they came from. I don't know where I got them, but I absolutely love them. I think they're
You
gorgeous.
get a lot from Hay House, so.
Now, I think I got this at a store here.
Ah,
I believe is where I got them, but I'm not positive. It's going to take us a minute because we're using 3 different decks.
you got to shuffle.
Take care, Gina. She's going into her bath.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, I got a new beginning. Dawn,
Cool.
new beginnings. That's really nice. And don't take anything personal. Refuse to eat emotional poison. Ooh, I love that. Refuse to eat emotional poison. Taking things personally makes you prey for predators. They can hook your attention with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want. Refuse to eat the poison. Oh, brilliant card.
Yeah.
And then I got ready but waiting. Now I'm going to read this because I don't know this deck yet. Okay, just a second. There is no rush. Bide your time and be ready to act. Observe and build your stores of knowledge, energy, and resources. Resist being goaded into act before you are ready. You've not missed your chance because this.
Oh my goodness. Hello. I don't know what happened to her. Maybe lightning. We'll see how long. I was going to say, I can go ahead and read mine, then we'll go back and pick. There you are. What
I
happened?
don't know how I got.
Yeah, you had lightning strike.
Sorry about that. I
That's
think I
okay. You were in
just.
the middle of reading that.
Okay. So you're protected by a higher power, and that is why everything seems to have come to a standstill. It is said that there is a time, reason, and season for everything under the heaven, and this is true. When the time is right, all will clear and things will progress easily because, and that new beginning is right around the corner. So good luck to you.
And I was going to say, mind build, that explains to me why I wasn't able to say anything until you said yours, because it builds right into mine, because it says, go with the flow. Don't let things get to you, and don't take personally, just go with the flow. But the other two cards that came up were a woman with a coin, and that has to do with value and finances and your health and everything. And that's just somebody who's going to help you. And the next one is about finances as well. It says make sure that your kids, your family members, everybody is okay, and watch, do your investments and be very carefully and honor your family traditions. Make the wise investments. And I think these two are together because you won't be all by yourself. You will have somebody helping you. But just go with the flow because you're following everything she's saying.
That's great.
Yeah.
Me too, Joe G. Who was it that sang it? Turn, turn, turn.
Oh, I just had it and I lost
I
it.
know, me too. It came in and just disappeared.
It's I don't remember. I'll rack my brains, but it fleetingly went through my head who it was. Oh, the animals, no, or the birds.
No, nope,
But it was in that era. But I can't remember what it said.
Ugh.
So quick.
Somebody out there in the chat, tell us who did the song Turn, Turn, Turn.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're going to pull for Starfish Jenny.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hi, Aaron. Wow, your reading is dynamic, Teresa. I just turned on my TV and grabbed my attention. That's great, Heather. Oh, the birds. Thank you, Joe G.
I
knew
was right. It was
birds.
the birds.
Bloody hell. I love the birds. And that was actually one of my favorite songs of theirs.
I know, because it just, I like it. But thank you, Lori.
I've got for people that want cards, Starfish Jenny, Aquila, and It's a Frequency, which makes me giggle every time I say it. So cool. Anybody else that wants cards, let us know. And I'll get you on the list because we got plenty of time. Yikes. Let's see what we got over here. Doji would like cards. Hi, Aaron.
Okay, I can go ahead and read mine. They're talking
Okay.
first about you having a new dawn. That means there's new stuff coming. And that's actually true for all of us. You
New
too.
Dawn for mine too. Oh, sorry. New Dawn.
That's
And I
good.
just pulled that card.
It also said you're a little anxious about it for no reason because there's a challenge that you can, the challenge, you can master it. Just have faith in yourself. You don't need to be anxious about it. And you will, and what you're doing will be have a passionate relationship with that. Not necessarily with somebody, but with what you're going to do. But don't let it get you down. Don't let it worry you, because that challenge, you can handle it. That new thing coming.
Interesting. So I got the new beginnings, the dawn, their new beginnings coming. And then be impeccable with your word. Manifest your true intentions. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent will manifest through the word.
You're
What you
capable.
dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. Interesting.
Yeah.
And then I also got the center. It's grounding yourself, going within, centering yourself, spending that time on self care that's all about you, and letting go of things, habits, people, things, places that no longer serve you. Let those go. Um, and I think you need to do that to let this new beginning come in to manifest what it is that you want to manifest.
And the thing that came to my mind was I used to have a license tag that said "You," as in letter U, can do it. CN, do it. And that's what came in. You can do this. Don't worry about it.
She's worried about flying on Thursday, she says.
You'll be fine.
No worries. You'll be good. You'll be good. Okay. Akila. Hi, Missy. Nice to see you here today. Thanks for joining us. And then I've got It's a Frequency and Joe G after. I wish I had more time to learn cards. I have so many decks.
I just go with whatever they tell me as far as what comes into my head, and it's usually right on. And that's basically what you're doing too. And
Well, it's what I do, but that's why I use Oracle, not Tarot, because I can do that with the Oracle. Tarot, I need to know a little bit more about, study it a little more.
this one is a tarot. It's the fairy tarot, but it's a tarot.
Yeah.
But it's good for these cards.
Oh, Joe G, I'm glad to hear it's good astrology on Thursday. I'm sure Starfish Jenny will appreciate that. Okay, Miss Akila.
Okay.
The ocean ebbs and flows, as do our lives. So take those ebbs and flows and try to keep them at a level kind of balanced out. Ride those ebbs and flows instead of making them huge issues. Just kind of ride the tide, let it come in and let it go, because that's how life is. There's always change. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good, but we need to ride those gently and not get fixated on the highs or the lows. Don't make assumption, eliminate gossip. Making assumptions is set up for suffering, because usually we gossip about our assumptions. We make assumptions and believe we are right. Then we defend our assumptions and try to make others wrong. Sorry. Cute puppy on that anyway. So I always heard assuming makes an ass of you and me.
Mm-hmm.
And one more
Um,
card, Heather. One more.
oh, you got one more. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I ended up drawing 4.
Fortitude. Stay strong. And let me look up fortitude in this deck because I have not. Have not. A pastor. Oh no, it's not fortitude, Priscilla. Try to see name calling, roadblocks, or challenges as insignificant annoyances. You can see this through strong foundations, core values, and lofty ideals will outlast, outsmart, and outclass a detractor. It will take less energy to stand firm now than it will to look back or to back down. Steady your focus on the bigger picture. Be stoic. You can get through this. Know that you are dearly loved is an eternal truth. And for in the grand cosmic scheme of things, love is the only thing that never changes. When all around you changes, as it most surely will, love will always be there. The fact that you are dearly loved will never change, for to love is love's will. Well, that's beautiful. I love these cards even more. So stay strong and go with the ebb and flow of life and don't make assumptions. That
Mhm.
seems fairly clear.
And every time, I there was always 2 flying out of this deck. So there was definitely 2 for you. Most of them were on the floor. Anyway, I said, okay, 2. Anyway, the first one was the world, and you've got things opening up. And you're going to have some really good news coming through with things that are rewards and things that you've been working on, success and public recognition. And then they were saying, along with that, you're going to have relationships and harmony. So things are going to go good at home. And also, you're going to have some new ideas. Now, they say birthing, it doesn't mean another kid. It means you've got some new ideas coming in. Okay. And so you're going to be really happy about it. I mean, you've got things coming in that you want to come in, and you're going to expand what you're doing. It's all good.
Yay. That sounds lovely. Okay, it's a frequencies next.
Frequencies. Frequencies.
These cards are so stiff. Wow.
Are you ready? You want me to go ahead?
If you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. The first card that came up was the Tree of Life. And to me, that means that it's just stuff is happening. Just keep going, and just keep going. And all of it's together. It also said that you're going to find yourself taking some immediate actions on things, but it's not anything you can't do. Okay. And you're going to start opening up. This is the world card. Things are going to start opening up for you. And don't take anything personally. Don't worry about it, because there are going to be people who are envious that this stuff is working out for you. And they're wishing that they were you. There's a little bit of envy in there, but that's just ignore it. Don't get sucked into it. Just keep going with what you got. Okay.
Interesting. So I got the shaman card. And the shaman card is the one that uses the shaman is the healer. He does a lot of healing. He uses everything in his bag of tricks to help heal the spirit of those that are around him, because you must heal the spirit before you can heal the physical. That's what I'm hearing. And I'm getting that you're a healer on and more than this card as well. But also take your life and enjoy it. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born to the right to be happy, to love, to share your love, and to love. Just be. To take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. I love that.
It's
And
like
then
the
I
new
got
one.
this patterns card. And from what I'm getting, from the flawless patterns of your spirit, a great light shines upon the world. You are a leader, a healer, an inspiration, a free spirit, unrestricted by traditional thinking. A desire to be all you can be and a vision for positive transformation draws you into deep exploration and clarity. Break free. Reshape your destiny and follow the spiraling, intertwining pathways of peace, love, and wisdom.
And that goes along with my you're going to start opening up.
Wow.
Expanding. So, yeah,
Beautiful.
the cards are just reinforcing themselves.
They really are. Okay, Joe G's next. So let us shuffle.
I'm trying to figure out the picture. It looks interesting.
The what?
The picture. Her picture. Her icon.
Oh, right. I can't see it well enough. Maybe
No, I can't
that
either,
one.
but it looks like it's probably really interesting.
Okay. How are we doing on time? Pretty good. This will be our last one then. Huh. This is so cool. Okay, first card is the DNA card, but it's the karma card. And it's talking about how our soul's karma in this lifetime is embedded into complex coding of our DNA. The double helix structure of DNA contains codes that have been passed down from our parents and grandparents as well as our ancestors. Therefore, we have some of the same genetic material as our ancestors and from the early humans. We see two serpents with double helixes on either side. Variation of the archetypal image exists in many cultures. It's a graphic representation of the most ancient ancestry we can lay our claim to, our DNA. Wow. Hang on just a second about that. Um, The mistaken notion about karma is that it's some kind of punishment, but it's far from that. In fact, in its purest form, it simply asserts that our conduct in this lifetime will determine our next incarnation. It has also come to mean how our behavior and actions in this lifetime create consequences in a slightly different version of the golden rule. Okay, so that's talking about the DNA that you're carrying, the karma that you've carried and that you've been working on, and always do your best to not create dense karma. You don't need the acceptance of others. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts. You have the right to be you, and you express your own divinity by being alive and loving yourself and others. I like that. And it also, by living that way, you are helping to, what's the word I'm looking for? Resolve the ancestral karma. Thank you. Then the next card, this one, look at this heat card.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible? Timeless wisdom, creativity, and love is present in every atom of your physical being. Beyond the theories, assumptions, and limitations of the manifested world lies a truer reality. Still your mind, focus on your heart center, and allow the wisdom of the ages to illuminate your thoughts, nurture your soul, and guide you to wholeness. And that's actually talking about these ancestors, your DNA and these ancestors. They will help you to find enlightenment. You have a lot of love and ancestral heritage behind you.
And mine kind of goes with that because they're talking about a healing. You need to be able to accept it, okay? Pause to receive it, okay? Because there are things that you're wanting to let go so that all these other good things that come in. And they're sending somebody, now they're saying woman, but I don't know that it's necessarily from Earth. I think it may be somebody from the other side that's helping you with all this. And it all has to do with emotion and love and the family. So there's things that you're going to be letting go of, but somebody's going to be there to help you. Okay. And also they want you to be practical about how things are going. And remember, you have the ability to make anything prettier. You walk in and you say, oh, I want to fix that this way. That's a talent you have. You just automatically can do that. And they're saying that you're going to meet somebody to help you make your dreams come true. And again, I think it goes back to whoever they're sending for you to help you get rid of this stuff so that you can manifest what you want. Okay?
Brilliant. Okay, we got to get Lark because Lark's driving. And thank you very much, Warrior Girl, for reminding me. We want to get our Lark in there.
Yeah.
Okay. And Akila said on hers, wow, each card I can identify with. That is fantastic. I love it.
That is great.
That's great. Okay, so the next one, how do I do this? I'll take that off. Whoops, hide. Okay, so this is for Lark. I hope you're still around.
What Lark said. Don't let it go to your ego heads.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, we had to be pretty far along in order to be able to come to Earth, the university.
True.
You know?
Now, you think about that with people that you don't admire, the people that you don't like. They had to be pretty darn cool to be able to get here in the first place. They have to be full of love and light to even be able to manifest on Earth. So the fact that they're not playing the same game as we are doesn't matter. They have their own game.
They
And
may
they're
be in a
worthy
different
of that.
class.
They're worthy of that grace and that love.
That journey may be just starting for them.
Oh, Joe G's telling you that her meme, is that what it's called? Is
Yeah.
Mother Earth with a Gandhi quote that says, Earth has enough for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed. So true, Joe. I love
I had a
that.
feeling it was a good one.
Definitely a good one. Aw, thank you, Laurie. I love hearing this message, ladies. It's giving me goosebumps. Warrior girl. Lark Kemper, I've got you, my chat friend. And yet you didn't even ask for cards, warrior girl. Hello. Oh, break those patterns. Oh, wow. This is interesting. Where's the book?
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Here's what you got. Whale. Breaching. Take a break from the usual. Try something new and different, which is actually double reiterated here in the patterns card, which is all about getting rid of old patterns and creating new patterns, letting go of that, of the patterns you don't need anymore. And the whale is saying, take a break from those patterns, take away a break from the usual daily stuff like a whale does by breaching up into the air when he spends most of his life in the ocean. Every once in a while, you got to come up for air. So break those patterns, come up from air, break those patterns. And then what do we have to say? Don't take anything personal. Your truth is personal to you. Your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and and are personal to you. It is no one's truth but yours. I love that.
And this kind of goes with it. I mean, I think the thinking woman is an angel. It's somebody to help you understand and acquire more wisdom. And I don't think it's a human. Okay.
You can't see that card. It just looks clear.
I know it's green. It's got a woman in a green dress against a greenish background of rock.
There you go. It's all
There you
green.
go. So it's all
Doesn't
green.
work with a green screen.
Yeah. And the other one says that agrees with them that with her cards that you need to take a break. It's time to reward yourself for all the hard work you've done. So take that break before you start working with that thinking woman, and also know that they're behind you with safety, strength, and power. You're just getting stronger
You're
and each
rocking
going
it,
to help you
dude.
with that. So really, they want you to take a break because they're going to put you to work afterwards, but they're there behind you, helping you. Okay.
Fantastic. I love it. Well, I think that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here.
Yes. Thank you.
We appreciate all your love and light that you send to us, and we're sending it right back at you.
And all the
Saturday,
grace that you give us by even being here.
absolutely. Sun Psychic Jean's going to be with us on Saturday.
Mhm.
And then on Tuesday, like I said, we're going to do the show on the asteroids, astrologically speaking, asteroids.
Just some basic stuff.
Yeah, basic stuff for us that know
Are
nothing.
not astrologers.
Aaron, we gave you a reading. I think you'll have to go back and listen. You were, wait a minute, wait, yeah. You'll have to go back. You were just, oh, wait a minute, maybe we didn't.
Oh, well, then we can.
I think Joe G was the last one. Aaron, we'll get you. We'll get you. No problem. It was, I didn't arrow down far enough. I'm so sorry.
Glad you
Meanwhile, thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Aaron. I didn't want to forget anyone. I promise.
Oops. Yeah, oops.
Have a blessed day, warrior girl. Love you. Love all you guys out there. Thank you so much for being here with us. And Sun Psychic Jean's going to be with us Saturday. I'm so excited. we haven't seen her for at least a month.
I saw her the other day, and it was very, very
That's
nice.
great.
Very good. I have messages from my
Okay.
sister-in-law and my brother, other brother.
Okay. It helps to look at the right book. I'm like, I can't find it. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. I've got the spring equinox, which is talking about a rebirth of sorts. Something's getting ready to happen. It's a new beginning, a rebirth for you. And don't take anything personally. Be immune to others' opinions. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you're immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of suffering. Amen. This rebirth goes along with the surfacing. It's talking about our imagination. Um, just below the surface of what we think is reality is the powerful dreamlike realm of imagination. It is from this world of pure creativity that everything comes to life, is built or discovered. Your imagination is not restricted to the physical or known world. It is unlimited, multidimensional, free, and clear. Mine the treasures of your soul and let your true self surface. So, this rebirth is actually going, what I'm getting is that it's mainly coming out of the sleep of our 3D world, out of our physical existence, and using the imagination. We've always been told that's your imagination. Don't pay any attention to it. But the imagination is everything in spirituality. It's where, like it said, where everything comes from. So meditate, daydream, use your imagination to create the world that you want to create for yourself, the life that you want to create for yourself. And don't pay any attention to what anybody else says. Your life is your life. And you can create it however the F you want to create it.
And these 3 cards also just go with it. Because the first one, now think about your chakras and where indigo is, and that tells you where this is. Okay. And you're thinking about mysteries and mastery of life. And they're saying you're getting that because you also have the goddess of moon, which means just go within for your answers. You have them. Use your intuition. You've got this. And you're mastering all the mysteries that are coming along. And remember that you do have a lot to celebrate because you have that deep feeling of peace and happiness, and you basically are a contented person because you've got these going with you too. So everything is working together for you. It's a great life for you.
Oh, lovely. Sweet. Let's see what we've got. So that, hey, Harley, we're just
Hi,
leaving,
Holly.
darling. We're just saying goodbye to everyone. Please have a watch if you get a chance. Our lives are full of grace, each and
Yes.
every one of us, and I appreciate it. So until the next time, go out and shine your light, spread your love, and I guess hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday.
Take care of yourselves.
Oh, on Saturday, since I can
And there
see
was
you.
something that somebody said, we were talking about it, I think, with Valerie. Remember, you really should not get low in your energy because you are the jumper cord. You're not the battery. Don't use all your own energy. Take it for granted.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Take care of yourself.
All right. So we love you guys. You take care. We'll see. Oh, almost did it again. What did I do? Oh, I'm having trouble with my mouse today. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.